Good evening, everybody. Welcome to IHSAA Softball, Sectional 8 Softball from the Cherry Tree Complex here. Semi-final round. First game tonight features the Fishers Tigers and the Noblesville Millers. I'm Brad Silbert. We're joined tonight by Rich Torres. Rich, nice to have you here to get a little comment to the game. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brad. I appreciate it. And it's a wet night, but it's a great night for softball because it's postseason time.
That's true. That's true. Postseason is always exciting, but we had a couple exciting games last night. Lots of runs scored last night.
I was wondering if they were playing football last night.
Yeah. First pitch to start off the game, a little bit outside for ball one. Maddie Taylor is in the circle for the Noblesville Millers. She was the winning pitcher last night. She's got a 12-5 record. Courtney James is the first batter to face her. She evens up the count with a foul ball off to the left at 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor's pitched 99 innings, given up 92 hits, 56 runs, of which 36 were earned. Walked 62, struck out 94, so she's a good pitcher. There's one that's going all the way down to the gap in the left corner of left field, and Abby Brown chases that down, not before Courtney James got a nice hit there, Rich, and put it right down there about 5 feet inside the foul line.
That was a perfect swing for that kind of pitch. I mean, you could see that she kind of muscled that one out and got it right down the line, past the left fielder's glove, and easy double for her.
So the Tigers are starting out just exactly the way they started out last night, coming out strong and hitting here. They did a 10-run rule game, a 10-0 game last night in the first game out here against the Carmel Greyhounds.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yes. First pitch to the designated player, Olivia Stinson, is called strike. Stinson is a junior, batting .444. Lots of power in this Fishers lineup.
Very efficient lineup. Over 6 players hitting over
nice
400.
Bunt, fielded by the second baseman, Tragesser, and she gets it over to first. But Stinson does her job with the sacrifice.
Perfect placement, get the runner to third, and just make it a little bit easier for the offense.
Yes, sir.
Of course, like you mentioned last night, 2 home runs in that first inning, 5-0 lead. Fishers can hit.
Yes, they certainly can.
Hannah
Mays, we'll talk about her when she's out on the mound or comes up to bat. She's due to bat here next. She was the hero. Or if you were given stars of the game last night, they had to go to her. She had a whale of a game. She pitched a 5-inning game, faced 17 batters, walked 1 and 1 hit.
And 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, amazing. Just an amazing performance last night.
Yeah, and she hit one of those home runs, a 3-run shot.
Yep, in the first inning.
Mm-hmm. Well, and she's hilarious, too. I talked to her after the game, and she just mentioned that she has so much nerves and so much pressure that she needs to relieve that through comedy, really, and she finds it with laughter. And her teammates usually help her laugh, but she helped herself yesterday when she fell out of the dugout on the way to the circle. So kind of lightened the mood for her.
0-1 on the shortstop, Benson. There's another bunt, and that one is fielded.
That's an RBI bunt.
Yeah, an RBI bunt there.
Well placed. Got the first baseman to come in, and the second baseman had to cover first, and really there was no play at home.
Yeah, that the runner James took off with the pitch. And speaking of Hannah Mays, here she steps in. Now, this is the situation that Taylor likes to see with nobody on base because she is such a power hitter.
She is, and really you're wondering, okay, is Taylor going to calm down here and kind of start over, so to speak? No runners on, let's just reset.
Well, these games, when you get into the sectional, Rich, they take a whole different mindset. Because basically every game can be a one and done.
It is, yeah. Not to add more pressure, but there is.
Mays pops that one right to the second baseman, Chloe Tragesser. And the Tigers are retired in the first inning, but they do get 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left in the bases, so at the end of a half an inning, it's the Tigers 1, Millers nothing.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville, if you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street Signs and Banners isn't on Logan Street anymore? It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street Signs and Banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. IHSAA Sectional Softball on Hamilton County Television, brought to you by our friends at Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. I'm Brad Silbert, joined tonight for Game 1 by Rich Torres. Rich has been a sports writer around the Indianapolis area. I'm not going to say how many years, but a number of years. I don't give away age, but we've done a lot of games in common here through the years, and Rich has been generous enough to join us here tonight. So the Tigers went down, put four batters up to the plate, and as I said, last night the top of the first was good for the visiting team, but a disaster for the home team. Any way you look at it. And Miller's the 1, 2, and 3 batters. That'll be Brown, Tragesser, and Ella White stepping in. And boy, both of these teams have got a lot of power in there, with Brown coming in with a 230 batting average, and then we go to the 4 and 500s after that. We'll just have to see how Hannah Mays gets rolling here for the Tigers.
She really worked it inside and out yesterday against Carmel, and she held them to 1 hit. So let's see if she can do the same. Obviously, the strike zone's going to have to cooperate.
Yes, it is, and we'll have to see where the umpire's strike zone is. Last night in the first game, pretty liberal strike zone, but consistent all evening. And in the second game, it was a pretty tight strike zone. The 1-0 pitch, that was a little low and outside, so Mays falls behind leadoff batter Abby Brown, 2-0.
She really likes that outside corner, so she's not getting it yet. We'll see if maybe that changes as the game progresses.
This is about the 4th or 5th game I've gotten to see Hannah Mays pitch in this year, and she doesn't throw real hard, but she seems to have very, very good control in a nice wide array of pitches.
She does.
2-1. There's a bunt fielded by May. Second baseman covers, and boy, just barely gets over there in time. Hannah Abbott just barely got that foot down in time to get that out on the bunt. I think that kind of surprised the Tigers.
I think so. I think Hannah wasn't really expecting to have to field that ball, but the way it turned on the diamond there, it was right in her glove. So she had to correct real quick and get it over there.
Chloe Tragesser steps in. She's the second baseman for Deke Bullard. She's a junior, batting .458. There's one over the inside corner, just above the knees for a called strike one. And that's the kind of pitch that I think we're going to see Hannah Mays throwing all night, Rich.
I think so, too. She's going to try to minimize the damage against these powerful hitters, and one way to do it is to make them hit pitches they don't want to hit.
There's a hot shot to the shortstop, Benson, over to first. Just that quickly. 2 Millers are down here in the bottom of the first.
Hannah's working fast. It's only 6 pitches so far, 2 batters.
Well, the rain, we were talking up at the press box here, and the people in the press box said the rain is going to stop by 5:35, and I think they're pretty well right. I see the umbrellas are all down now, so it looks like hopefully we'll be in the clear for the rest of the evening, although it is a little bit chilly out there, to say the least.
So the weatherman was right.
Mm-hmm.
Write this day down.
Well, the weatherman, Scott Gregg, was right.
There we go.
Let's see what we got here. We got 56 degrees right now.
It's a little chilly.
Wind is, they say it's out of the east at 12, but it looks like it's about out of the northeast right now. 84% humidity. But the big thing is the worst of the rain is by us.
Thank goodness.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ella White in the batter's box. 5-12 batter, one of the leaders in the conference. Hot shot right off the glove of Kaylee Kardash. White going for 2, and she gets in there. So if they call that a hit, or are they going to call that a hit or an error? What do you say, Rich?
I would call that a hit. I mean, that was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, that was definitely a hot shot.
Yeah, it was a grounder, but it was a hard hit grounder that even, as some coaches would say, Robin Ventura couldn't have fielded that one. Right?
Well, Kardash tried to get over in front of it and just barely got her glove on it, but it was hit so hard, and then she slowed it down enough that White was able to make it to second base.
It was a close play at second, but she stretched that one fairly well, so it was a nice double. 2-out double.
They are officially scoring that as a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you hit your glove on your forehead side, it's in there. But some people think, well, if it's too far, it shouldn't be.
I think they're debating it still.
Yeah, there's the brain trust is still talking about. There's their pop up just right out in front of us on Emily Minot. Another 400-plus batter. She's a senior, the designated player, batting .435.
Impressive.
We are going to see teams here tonight. 3 of the 4 teams here are excellent hitting teams. There's a called strike. Minot's in the hole at 0-2. That double doesn't seem to have affected Mays at all. She just bared right down and came right back and is going right at Emily Minot.
Very short memory, and, she's just setting up and letting it go.
Oh. That one's high and outside. White getting a good move off the bag, and Tigers content to hold their positions. That second base and shortstop are both right between the bases. Oh, strike 3. Emily Minot goes down. So in the bottom of the first for the Millers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases. At the end of 1, it's Tigers 1, Millers nothing.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take 1 of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. We're through 1-0 lead for the Fishers Tigers. A little bit different than the first inning last night in both of the games. Very little scoring. It actually got played in about 10 minutes compared to 30-plus minutes for both of the first innings last night.
Well, they used so much energy yesterday. I think maybe they're conserving it now. They're just taking their time little by little. But Fisher still is averaging almost 10 runs a game.
Yeah.
So you always have to watch out for a big inning from them.
Yes, they are. Both of these teams have got very potent offenses. This will be Olivia Latimer, the right fielder for Darren James. Number 5 batter, .456 batting average, takes the first pitch over the inside corner for strike 1. Next pitch, little bit high. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
These Fishers Tigers, they are patient, but they do attack when they need to, and I think she's just waiting for her pitch in this situation right now.
Mm-hmm. Foul ball off, well off to the left. .56 degrees right now. That's probably about the high for the day. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Latimer. That one's a little bit low and inside. Taylor was trying to get that lower inside corner. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, it takes an inning or two for the pitchers and the batters to get used to the zone for the umpires, too. Whoa, that one gets Latimer right on the helmet, so she's going to take a base.
That pitch definitely got away from Taylor. You could tell that maybe the conditions are making the ball a little bit hard to grab today.
Yeah, the ball might be just a little bit slippery. First baseman Caroline Bernhardt steps in, 439 hitter. She's a senior. But, you look up and down this Fishers lineup, Rich, and they've got 1, 2, 3 juniors, 1 freshman, 1, 2 sophomore, and there's the sacrifice bunt, and Bernhardt has done her job.
Yes, she has. She moves Latimer over to second, who is now in scoring position, 1 out. This is pretty much Fisher's MO right here.
Yeah, I think, both of these teams, I think what both these teams are doing, and I think it was demonstrated by the Millers in the bottom of the first when Ella White stretched what probably would have been a single into a double. I think they're both looking to manufacture scoring opportunities because both of these teams are not only good offensively, but they're pretty good defensive teams too.
They are. A lot of speed on the infield, definitely sure-handed as well, and you can tell they know the game extremely well.
Second pitch to Kaylee Kardash is in there for a called strike. She's the third baseman. She's just a freshman, batting .327. Darren James got to be real happy with having a player of her caliber breaking into the varsity lineup at this point, knowing he's going to have her 3 more years.
It's a luxury. Indeed.
Yes, it is. A ball and 2 strikes on Kardash. That one's a little bit high. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers are ahead 1-0. 1 out here in the top of the second. They're threatening to extend this lead by 1 more here if Kardash can get a hit here.
Well, last night she had a 2-run home run in the first inning, so who knows? First at bat.
There's a ground ball just over the glove of Trageser. Going to be a play at the plate. Will she get in there? She is safe. She avoided the tag. It looked like that Julia Furiak, I thought she was going to have her there, Rich, but a good slide there by Latimer, and she just got a little bit to the outside of the plate and managed to get in there.
She did. It looked like she just touched the plate in time. The throw looked great. The tag looked like it was beyond time, but just a fraction of a second too late.
Well, you can see that both of these teams, Rich, I don't think they're going to play conservatively tonight. Normally what you would have on a play like that is you'd have batters at, in most cases, I think the third base coach would have probably held that runner at third. Now, maybe part of the psychology of why the third base coach sent him was the fact that ball rolled out to the center fielder. It was wet, and the only way that Lauren DeRolf was going to get Olivia Latimer at the plate was with an excellent throw, which she did manage to get off.
She did. But I think you're right. I think the aggressive nature today is a lot to do with the conditions and as well as the magnitude of this game. Obviously, Fishers is playing the defending sectional champions. You want to put them on their heels.
Yep. Jade Fry at the plate. They play her shaded off toward left field. They give her right center field. Big gap out there. 1 ball and 1 strike on the senior center fielder. Look at that gap in right center there. I mean, she can go. The center fielder is playing in left center field. There's one that's going to go foul.
Well, with that foul ball going opposite field, you can kind of see why the shift is applied.
Yes,
but, but at the same time, who knows?
Of course, we saw a couple different shifts last night where I can't remember which team it was, but they brought one of the outfielders into the infield and had 5 infielders in there.
Wow.
The 1-2 pitch fouled back to the left side again. I'd like to thank our great technical crew here. We got Will Wofford, producer-director tonight. Lucas Lacan is on the camera doing his usual excellent job, trying to stay dry. And our executive producer, Jim Wofford, back at in the penthouse studios of Hamilton County Television. There's one right in front of the base. There is not going to be a play there.
That was a perfect slap
Yeah.
right in front of the plate. Nobody, not unplayable pretty much by anybody.
Well, that ball, the advantage they had that the Tigers had on that ball is it didn't just die right in front of the plate. It kind of rolled a few feet out in front of the plate. If it stayed in front of the plate, Furiak might have had a play at first base, but as it turns out, it's another hit for the Tigers.
Catcher Sarah Bumps.
Sarah Bumps, the number 9 batter, steps in.
Again, I think the conditions really help with that.
Yeah,
hit.
there's a bunt foul.
I mean, this dirt is wet. It's pretty much mud at this point. So if you can stick the ball in there, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't rained that hard here, and the field appears to be in pretty good shape. And if we don't get any more rain, when they drag this between games, I think this field will be in good shape for the second game. The 0-1 pitch is high and outside, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, and Sarah Bumps. 2-0 in favor of the Tigers here in the top of the second. Winner of this will go to the championship game, which is scheduled for tomorrow. There's a bunt that goes foul.
Small ball tactics today by the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when you have 268 hits on the season, you can do it any way you want to, right?
Exactly. Ooh. Foul ball there.
You weren't joking about the potency of these offenses. Fisher is batting .392 as a team, and Noblesville coming in at .358. Obviously, their on-base percentages are pretty good, too, and you can see it right now. I mean, both teams are definitely trying to manufacture and generate some offense.
Nice pitch there over the corner. Gets her on the called third strike. That's the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the night for Maddie Taylor.
That was a beautiful off-speed pitch. I mean, there was really nothing that Sarah could have done there. I mean, she froze up because she didn't really know how to adjust to that one
exactly.
at the last minute.
Back to the top of the order, Courtney James steps in. She pops this one in foul territory. Don't think there'll be a play. No, it's out of the field. Very roomy in this ballpark here. A lot of foul territory for the fielders to work with. And no fences around the bullpens either.
No, not at all. It's pretty much wide open.
Here's to the second baseman, Tragesser. They get her. So in the top of the second for the Tigers, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left on the bases in the middle of the second, 2-0 in favor of the Tigers.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
I didn't know we made that switch.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. 1.5 innings in the books here. The rain has stopped. We're going to have I can't say a beautiful afternoon, Rich, but anytime you're at the ballpark, it's a good afternoon. Good afternoon or good evening. No, absolutely no doubt about it.
When the sun's not shining, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But it's a pleasant evening, though. It's not too cold, not too warm. It's kind of right there. Let's see how the temperatures hold up, though.
Yeah, the wind is blowing almost straight in, or maybe more out of the east now. It was out of the northeast there a little bit ago. Millers are going to send the 5, 6, and 7 batters up. That'll be Julia Furiak, Riley Moore, and Maddie Taylor here in the bottom of the second. They're down 2-0 here to the Fishers Tigers. One of these two teams will advance to play in the championship game tomorrow, which I don't think I'm being unfair here, but I think the fate of that game, as of right now, might be in doubt with the way the weather forecast looks.
I know, I was thinking that too. So they kind of build in for that rain potential, though.
Scott Gregg is sitting over here to Rich's right. He's going, we're going to play, we're going to play, we're going to play. He must have plans Thursday night.
I think you're right, yeah. Bring out the dome, right?
Yeah.
Bring out the tarp. We'll create something.
A conference going on there at the mound, and we also have the Noblesville coaching staff talking to the umpire. So I don't know if there's been some kind of a change made here or what. We'll just have to follow this and see what happens. The umpire coming over to talk with Darren James, explains what's going on here. I wonder if they made a change on their lineup card that maybe didn't get in there to begin with.
Maybe you did have a question during the break.
Yeah.
So maybe there's just a clarification here.
Yeah, they might be clarifying. But Riley Moore is on deck. So one of the questions was the eighth batter, Abby Harvey. I originally had her at first base, but she is, I believe now, the designated player. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Rich, I've watched this game for many, many years, and I still have trouble figuring out everything with the flex player and the designated player. And I got to tell you, that's one thing I do like about baseball better. It's so much clearer on the substitutions.
Much more transparent sometimes.
The 0-1 pitch. 0-2 now on Feriak. Did you see that ball? That just barely caught the corner there, right at the knees on the inside corner there. A beautiful pitch by Hannah Mays.
It really seems like the umpire is giving him that inside corner, and Hannah identified that after one inning, and she's going in there and she's attacking.
She's got a 3.43 ERA. There's a foul ball for Feriak. Still 0-2. 11-6 in the season. She's pitched 110.1 of the innings that the Tigers have played this year. They played 143.1, so she's been the workhorse for Darren James and the Tigers.
She's definitely the ace with a 280 batting average against, but this offense generates runs and gives her that support, including herself. I mean, she obviously helps out her own cause many times. 2
more years to go for the Tigers.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit high, evens account at 2-2. Furiak was up there at 0-2 just a couple pitches ago. Furiak, a 342 hitter. Foul ball gets you. She was ready for that inside pitch, Rich. And she fouled it off.
She was. It was a little off speed, so she was able to kind of adjust, but just a little too early on that one.
I think she was thinking she was going to get a breaking ball or an off-speed pitch. And
you can just see how intelligent these hitters are, just how they're constantly readjusting.
Strike 3. Right there on that inside corner.
She went after it. She thought she'd get it this time, and Hannah Mays wins this battle.
Second strikeout of the game for Hannah Mays, both of them swinging. That'll bring up the right fielder, Riley Moore. Two to nothing in favor of the Tigers here in the bottom of the second. One out, nobody on. Miller's at bat. Riley Moore takes the first one for strike 1.
Again, Hannah Mays is just working inside and out. She's not really changing elevation too much, but she's really going for those corners.
Yes, she is. But most of the pitches she's thrown tonight have been on that inside corner to the right-handed batters.
She's not allowing them to extend their arms, really trying to jam them inside.
So they can't get any power on the ball.
Yeah.
That one is over the outside corner. You talk about mixing up the pitches. What a great job there.
That was fantastic. I mean, she worked inside, then she came outside for that strike 3 looking. You can see that she's really starting to build some momentum now.
Yes, she is.
That's 3 straight strikeouts for her, by the way.
The pitcher, Maddie Taylor. Yes, it is. Two of them swinging, one of them looking. Taylor takes that first pitch for ball one. Now the difference there, Rich, is you got a left-handed batter in there, and that looked like that might have hit that corner there on the left side, but there's a ground ball to the shortstop, scooped up by Benson over to first, and the Millers go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second. So for the Millers in the bottom of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases at the end of 2. Noblesville is behind Fishers 2-0.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to IHSAA Sectional Softball on Hamilton County Television, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Glad to have you with us this afternoon. Kind of a overcast afternoon. The rain has stopped, fortunately, although I do see an umbrella or two up here, so maybe might be drizzling just a little bit, but not enough to hold up the game here. And apparently I don't know if they're making some changes again here, but the home plate umpires over by the Noblesville dugout.
First and second are fine. Third is fine. Who's at short? What number is that?
Shortstop should be number 5, Ella White.
Okay, so that's what the infield I've got right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should be 2, 16, and 10. Brown, DeRolf, and Moore left to right.
Okay. So it looks like everything's been figured out.
Yep,
by the
I think
officials.
we're ready to go here. And Olivia Stinson steps in for her second at bat. Put down a very nice sacrifice bunt in the first inning that got Courtney James over to third base, and she eventually scored on a second sacrifice bunt.
She did. She's hitting .444 on the season, and I think now that she's the first run, batter up.
Tregesser got it over to first.
Oh, you let her swing,
and
but
that is Emily Minot there at first.
Mm-hmm. You let her swing, but the fielder was there for the easy put out. So
One out, the other shortstop, Brooke Benson.
One down for the Tigers here in the top of the third.
Now here comes the power of Brooke Benson. 10 home runs this season. Takes a strike there.
Yeah, 557 hitter, a junior.
She is verbally committed to IU, I believe. And you can tell why. Yeah, she's obviously has a lot of talent. She's in the field. I mean, ground ball to short, that's where the ball goes to die because she's going to throw it to first in a hurry. And her bat's pretty potent.
Yes,
so
it is.
Be careful with her.
1 ball, 1 strike. Will and I were talking about the NCAA rules changes here recently now where the kids can't commit early. And I think that's a good idea.
I agree. I think that the recruiting process needs to really develop on its own. It needs to be organic. I think if you go in as an 8th grader and you're committing to Auburn, bodies change, talents change, plans for a program change.
Yeah, exactly. 2-1. Hot shot to short. Grabbed by Ella White. Over to first for the out. Boy, White had her played just perfectly, Rich.
What a scoop. I mean, she had to reach out for that, but her footwork was perfect on that. Perfect play, great throw. Brooke Benson gets sat down this time at least.
And once again, Maddie Taylor is facing Hannah Mays with the bases empty. Last time, Mays flew out to the second baseman, Tragasser, to end the first inning. She was going to go after it.
Nope.
The appeal down to first. She did not go. I agree with that one.
I do too, yeah. She didn't look like she went all the way. Nobody protested, so I think we're good. Yeah, everybody agreed.
Second pitch to Mays, misses.
It's that inside pitch again.
Yeah.
Looks like Taylor is taking some notes from Mays. They figure why not go inside, see if the zone is cooperating, and make them swing at it.
Mays hitting .493.
Not too bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I'll take that. I think in my immemorable baseball career, I never really broke 250. Only on the scale.
I was lucky to break off of the bench.
Only
3-0 on Mays.
Only to get water, right? Is that?
Yeah. To take the water to the fielders who needed it.
There you go.
Oh, remember that old movie, The Water Boy, from football years ago?
Yeah.
3-1 on Hannah Mays. We got to get serious here.
The pH balance was perfect.
Yeah. Hannah Mays draws a walk. We will probably see a courtesy runner for her. I can't see who that is going out there yet, but haven't had a chance to see the number. And the Tigers don't have the numbers in the front of their uniforms.
No, they don't. Or if they do, they're very small.
Yeah.
Nope, no numbers. So.
Well, the Millers have got them in the front of the uniform, but that white outline on that black jersey is just hard to read. So there is a courtesy runner for Hannah Mays at first base.
See if we can identify the runner. Not yet. Maybe when she leads off a little bit.
Looks like it might be number 4. That one's a little bit high in the first pitch to Latimer. I think that is number 4.
I think so too. Her ponytail's kind of in the way, so it's obstructing the number, but I think you're right. Let's just say she is for now.
Yeah. Ground ball. That one is a foul ball.
Ooh, just barely.
Foul ball.
Just barely bounced outside the bag there.
That was close, but I noticed as soon as that ball left the bat, the umpire jumped right up on top of the line there and had an excellent view down the line. That is number 4.
That is number 4. Yes, it is. So. That is Abby Schmidt.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, Abby Schmidt has some speed because did you see how fast she got to third base?
She took off.
She obviously is a courtesy runner for a reason, and we saw it.
1 ball, 1 strike on Olivia Latimer. She got hit by a pitch in the second inning. Almost got hit again.
Make it 2 for 2.
2-1. The last time she got hit right in the helmet.
Thankfully, it was an off-speed pitch, so it wasn't too violent. But either way, you don't want to get hit. You'd rather get a hit.
The 2-1 pitch. Nice breaking ball there. Slow off-speed curveball by Maddie Taylor that caught the outside corner of the plate. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So what do you think, Brad? Going outside on this one?
I'll bet she will.
Nope,
well, inside, but she got the swing and the miss, but it was a foul ball. I thought she had a swing and a miss there, but umpire threw those hands up. She foul-tipped that, and Furiak was not able to hold on to it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. We are in the top of the third. Tigers already out to head of the Millers 2-0. That's a swing and a miss by Latimer. So another strikeout for Taylor. So in the third inning for the Tigers, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on the bases, middle of the third. Tigers 2, Millers 0.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers,
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore? It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Rolf to Rolf.
We're moving into the bottom of the third here at the Cherry Tree Complex. The Tigers and the Millers 2-0 in favor of the Tigers. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Millers. 8, 9, and 1 batters will be coming up for the Millers this inning. That'll be Abby Harvey, Lauren DeRolf, then back up to the top for Abby Brown.
So far, Hannah Mays is just in a groove. She gave up that double to Ella White in the top of the or bottom of the first, and since then she's retired 4 straight, 3 by strikeout, 1 by groundout.
Yeah, and she does have 3 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm. Working that inside half.
Just about knee-high, right on the inside corner of the plate. You know, as close as the batters get to the plate nowadays, Rich, that's got to be a hard ball to hit. There she swung, and same thing again. That same thing over that inside corner.
It is, you know, and she's attacking inside, making them swing really tight, kind of close off their arms a little bit, and really make them slap hitters, even if they're not.
Yeah. 0-2 on Abby Harvey. Fouled back, still 0-2. Harvey, a 400 hitter. She's just a sophomore. A lot of good young talent on both of these teams.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. I mean, like you mentioned, both coaches have to be really pleased with that aspect.
Yeah, they'll have a lot of talent coming back for the next several years. The 0-2 pitch hit the shortstop. Benson scoops it up, gets it over to Caroline Bernhardt for the out.
Nice, smooth defensive play there by Benson. She just made it look easy. You know, covered a lot of ground, scooped it up, and all in one motion got that throw over to first.
Well, the infielders in softball have got such a tough job, you know, with the base being so much closer, and the ball normally not hit quite as hard or sharply as baseball. So, see a lot of infield hits. That one misses low. 1-0 on the number 9 batter, Lauren DeRolf. She's the center fielder today.
Well, and you also see, obviously, the players wear masks, especially the corner infielders.
Oh, yeah.
And you almost have to, it seems like, these days. With the technology of the bats and also bat speed and training, that ball comes off the bat in a hurry on the liner.
Well, last night we saw Maddie Taylor get hit in the shoulder with a line drive, and she just walked it off, and away she went. There's a bunt that goes foul. That'll make it a 1-2 count.
So you're saying she rubbed some dirt on it and just kind of kept
Well,
going?
you know, when it hit her, it bounced, and it kind of bounced to the the first base side, just outside the circle. And at first, she was stunned, and the batter reached, but then she walked it off. And about 2 innings later, then she got hit square in the helmet at bat.
Oh goodness!
She got hit. She got hit in the circle on the shoulder, and got hit in the head on the helmet as a batter. But the funny part was after that she actually was pitching better.
Well, she just needed a correction real quick, right?
Need a wake up call, I guess.
Yeah, you know, just she didn't really have a good lunch. You know, she had to wake it up a little bit.
The Rolf has got Mays at a 3-2 count. There's a foul ball. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. Pace of this game is moving along like a typical softball game. Ooh. So DeRolf takes the ball outside and becomes the second base runner of the game for the Millers.
After retiring 5 straight, Hannah Mays allows that runner on, and kind of mirroring yesterday as well. She gave up 1 hit and 1 walk, and that was it.
Leadoff batter Abby Brown steps in. She grounded right back to the pitcher Mays in the first inning. Swings and misses at the first pitch, makes it 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on the high rising fastball.
Mays is changing the elevation now. You can kind of see she's adjusting along with the hitters here.
Yeah, the games I've seen her play this year, Rich, she's got an amazing array of pitches and just moves them around, and I think it just totally confuses the batters. That one's fouled back. Still 0-2 on Abby Brown.
You know, you're right. You can really see it, too, because the hitters are surprised at a lot of the swings they're taking right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's that fraction of a second adjustment, trying to see.
Yeah.
It's like a game of chess out
Am I going to get a fastball? I'm going to get off speed. I'm going to get a slider. What am I going to get? Now, that one was possibly a little bit outside. But there again, I think what the players have seen is they've seen our home plate umpire tonight as I'm not going to call it a real liberal strike zone, but his corners are maybe, a little bit out. But good job, Brown, to protect there. There's a foul straight back over us.
3 foul balls. I mean, she is being aggressive out there. She's trying to get something going. I think that's what the Millers are looking to do. They want to generate some hits, get some offense going, get some runners on base.
Well, it's not too late to get back into this game with it just being down by 2. So this is still anybody's game here. Another 0-2 pitch. That one is way outside, high and outside.
Now, if she would have swung at that one,
yeah,
been like a little too aggressive, right?
Well, that was a rising fastball that not only rose, but it kind of
kind of veered out a little bit.
Yeah, it went into the left-handed batter's box there. That one's a little high, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that last pitch looked like my drive on the golf course. It was just kind of veering on its own there.
Yep.
It has a mind of its own.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Abby Brown. This is where Mays is going to get her. Watch now. Oh, my.
Oh, okay.
That had to be a little low, Rich, because that was right in that line where she's been getting the call all night long. Works it from an 0-2 to a 3-2 count. And how many did she foul off?
She fouled off 3. So, and another one.
Bernhardt is going over to her right and makes a nice play on the foul ball for the second out of the inning.
Hannah Mays had to work for that one. That was 8 pitch at bat, 3 foul balls, and finally got her to foul out and get that final or second out.
Chloe Tragesser steps in. Grounded to short last time. There's a line shot right at the left fielder, Courtney James, and the Millers go down in the bottom of the 3rd. So in the bottom of the 3rd for the Millers, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on the bases. After 3, it's the Tigers 2, Millers nothing.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take 1 of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex. I'm Brad Silbert along with our special guest commentator, Rich Torres, tonight. Rich, we really appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate the opportunity.
Well, you can actually see that on the brick over there, the sidewalk, it looks like it's starting to dry a little bit. So hopefully the last of the rain has come through, and we're going to get the rest of this evening in without any more rain. We're moving into the top of the 4th. The 6, 7, and 8 batters in Darren James' orders coming up for the Tigers. First to face Maddie Taylor will be the first baseman, Caroline Bernhardt. Takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Caroline hitting .439 on the season. Obviously, this Fisher's Tigers lineup is potent. 6 hitters with .400 or better batting averages. and 32 home runs on the season so far through 23 games. So they can take it out. They can manufacture. They pretty much like to swing the bats.
Yes, they do. A lot of power on this team.
And a good mixture of upperclassmen and underclassmen, too. So
Taylor has missed on the first 3 pitches, but, boy, she didn't miss by much, Rich. And a good disciplined batter is Bernhardt is. She's up there watching that strike zone.
Well, and you can see Taylor, too. She took a little breather there, walked out of the circle, kind of got her mind back, going right back in there.
And there's a strike.
There you go. So she just needed to hit that reset button, kind of get out of her head and just throw. I was never an elite pitcher, but when I pitched in Little League, sometimes I get in my head.
Oh, yeah. There's a foul ball. So it's gone from 3-0 to 3-2 on Caroline Bernhardt. She had a sacrifice bunt her first time up. Ball 4, and Bernhardt is aboard.
It was a well-earned walk there.
Yeah.
Took 6 pitches. You know, she was up in the count, 3-0, and then had to battle back from that full count.
And I think we're probably going to get a pinch runner for Bernhardt here. Let's see who they're going to send out here.
Could it be Abby Schmidt?
Probably not. Because this will be a pinch runner situation, not a courtesy runner.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be number 14, and that is Maya.
Pitch running, number 14, Maya Duplessis.
I'll let you handle that one.
Well, Miss Duplessis was a runner last night. Yeah, you gotta keep track of between the pinch runners and the courtesy runners, because Bernhardt will be obviously allowed to re-enter the game one time here.
Mm-hmm.
2 balls, no strikes. I think the difference in this game so far has been the pitching, Rich, and the fact that Hannah Mays has been able to hit the corner of the zone, where Maddie Taylor's had a rough time hitting the corners. Finally gets the low strike called.
Yeah, I've noticed she's been falling behind in the count a little bit, especially last inning, and it kind of carried over into this inning as well, but she's starting to kind of settle in a little bit more.
Yeah. There's a hard foul ball way off to the right, evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, obviously that last at-bat, she fell behind 3-0, kind of settled herself, reset, still ended up walking her, but you could see that she's battling through.
Did get it to a full count.
She did. She's battling through it. Here, 2-2 count. Again, pressure situation, just kind of have to remember what got you here.
2-2 pitch. That one, if that stays fair, that's going to be extra bases, but it's foul. Riley Moore chases that thing down out there in the right field bullpen.
All the way to the corner fence.
Yep.
You weren't kidding about the space on the
there's a lot of space between the foul line and the fences.
It's like Oakland Coliseum out here.
Yeah.
We could play a football game here in the foul territory if we wanted to.
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, it's only 200 feet down the line, so we'd only have two-thirds of a field.
Well, youth football, how about that? Pop Warner.
Back to a full count again. Second batter in a row that Taylor has been battling to a full count.
Maddie Taylor with a 2.55 ERA, 12-5 record.
There's a hot shot right up the middle. Taylor just did not have time to react to that ball. It went right by her. With the Tigers pick up another hit. And they're in business here with runners on first and second and no outs here in the top of the fourth. Right through the center of the diamond.
4th hit of the game for the Tigers, and they are definitely in business. So this is not what you want to see. But, Maddie Taylor has the talent. Obviously, she kind of burst onto the scene last year as a freshman, and tape is out there on her, but she has the talent.
Yeah, well, the run the Millers had last year to the semi-state was phenomenal. There's a beautiful sacrifice bunt. Where's she going to go? She's going to first. Did she beat that out? She did beat that.
She did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not. I saw a signal but could not see it in time. And that one, that one you got to kind of put the blame on Maddie Taylor on that. She just hesitated long enough that made it possible for Jade Fry to beat that out with an infield hit.
Yeah, that was a well-placed, bunt, really.
Yeah.
A bunt hit there. And, Maddie Taylor, I think she was caught off guard there initially. And
I think she was thinking about going to third and looked over there toward Kylie Lowry and realized she didn't have play over there. And by the time she realized that, it was too late to get to first to get Fry. I mean, she made a great throw to first. But,
she did, yeah. But you're right. I think the check down at third really kind of slowed it down.
Sarah Bumps, the catcher, steps in.
Number 13, Sarah Bumps.
She struck out looking in the second inning. No outs here in the top of the fourth. The Tigers threatening to break this one wide open, Rich.
Bases loaded situation.
0-2.
And Maddie Taylor obviously is attacking with 2 strikes here. So she kind of laughed off that last at-bat, knowing that she could have got that out.
Yeah.
And I think that settled her down a little bit.
High and outside, a ball and 2 strikes. No place for a runner to go here. Tigers are already up 2-0. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Tigers. Only 1 hit so far for the Millers. I think she swung at ball 2 there on that one. That was high and outside, but she fouled it off. Millers, I think, got a break on that one, Rich.
I think you're right too. She was definitely trying to go opposite field and she had it set in her mind she was going to swing at that pitch no matter what.
Mm-hmm. There's a fair ball going back to home, not
Safe.
in time.
Yeah, safe at home.
Good bit of running, but they do get Sarah Bumps at first base.
RBI ground out for Sarah there.
That'll put runners on second and third, so you still got 2 runners in scoring position with the top of the order coming up. Good play there by Emily Minot.
So you get the out, run scores, but now comes trouble. Courtney James batting .514 on the season. Both runners in scoring position. You got to make great pitches here.
Line drive all the way back, all the way to the fence. That's going to score at least 2. And Courtney James is into second with a stand-up double and 2 RBIs.
Courtney James with her 11th double on the season, and it drives in a pair, puts the Tigers up 5-0 here in the top of the fourth.
Well, this is exactly what Darren James wants to see, Rich, because you get a team like the Tigers, give them a lead, and it's almost like the last 3.5 innings here, they can kind of put things on cruise control.
Well, it's also let's see, about the 4th inning now, so you're talking at least second time through the order.
Mm-hmm.
And they analyze and they know what they want to do out there.
Stinson bunts, it goes foul. Still 1 out. 3 runs in here in the top of the fourth. Tigers are threatening to bust this one wide open, Rich.
Yes, they are. And they are truly capable of it. I mean, putting up a 5-run inning last night and a 4-run inning as well. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm. There's a little pop-up. The third baseman, Kylie Lowry, gets that in foul territory. So Olivia Stinson is retired.
Huge out. You need that out right in that situation. You have to kind of stop the bleeding, so to speak, especially against these Tigers.
Brooke Benson steps in. She got an RBI on a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Just fouls that one off. She was going to check her swing on that high fastball and just barely caught the bat. 0-1 on Benson.
Again, Benson with a .557 batting average and 10 home runs on the season. Actually, 11. Correct that. So
I really
you
thought
never
that
know.
one James hit might have a chance to get out of here. And I think if the wind been a little more cooperative, maybe a little bit warmer, maybe that ball would have flown out of here. But as it was, it went to the fence there in left center field.
It did. Yeah. Blame the conditions, Brad. Blame those conditions.
That's going to score another run as that one goes into center field. Lauren DeWolf gets quickly to the ball. Will there be a play at second? No, and Benson gets in there. I don't know whether to give her a single in a.
I would say a single and advancement on the
throw.
On the throw there, but either way, it was a well-hit ball.
Yes, it was.
Directly there in left center field. It went to the fence.
Well, there was no doubt that Courtney James was going to score on that one.
Oh, none at all. None at all. She read that perfectly. She was going all the way, obviously 2 outs. And she could have just walked in if she really wanted to at that point because that ball went all the way to the fence.
4th hit of the inning. That brings up Hannah Mays. There's a wild pitch, and that puts Brooke Benson on third base. Four runs, 4 hits so far in the inning.
Can't get any better than that.
No, good inning for the Tigers.
Pretty efficient.
Ground ball to first, scooped up by Minot. She finally, mercifully enough, ends the inning for the Tigers. But in the top of the 4th, Tigers score 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the 4th now, Tigers 6, Millers.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex sectional softball on Hamilton County Television. Brought to you by our friends at Noblesville Trophies, also our lead sponsor, Logan Street Signs and Banners. I'm Brad Silbert. Our guest announcer today is none other than the well-known sports writer around the Indianapolis area, Rich Torres. And we appreciate you stepping in here, Rich, and filling the shoes that would have otherwise been filled by either Perry Williams or in the case today, Will Hampton was going to originally be here, but he had another commitment, a family commitment he had to take care of, and we all know how we feel about family around here. So
family first.
It's great to have you here.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, and those are huge shoes to fill. So,
in more ways than one.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Hannah Mays back on the circle for her 4th inning of work for the Tigers. So far, only given up 1 hit. And she's ahead of the number 3 batter, Ella White, 0-1.
And Ella got that 1 hit in the first inning, a double, 2 outs. So let's see if she can do it again, except this time as a leadoff hitter for this inning.
Millers need to get something going here, Rich, because as well as the Tigers have been playing, this could easily end up being a shortened game again.
It could be. And at this rate, I think they're trying to do that.
That one's very, very well hit. James way back right at the warning track at the fence. And she just missed it.
It popped right out of her glove. She was under the ball. She had it lined up.
That's going to be a 2-base error for Courtney James.
Yeah, it has to be. You really can't blame it on anything other than just. I think she just lost
I
sight of
thought,
the
I
ball
thought
there
she
at the
was
last
going to
second.
get it because it looked like she was right there at the wall and had
Yeah.
it lined up.
Yeah, I mean, she was in perfect position,
Yeah.
and she was right under it. It just popped right out of her glove.
First error of the game for either team. See if the Millers can take advantage of this now. It's the first baseman, Emily Minot, steps in and fouls the first pitch to the left field side of the diamond.
Well, you know, base runners have been a scarcity here for the Millers, so
Yeah.
you get one in scoring position right out of the gate. This is their best opportunity to get a run on the board.
This is their third base runner.
Second in scoring position, and oddly enough, Ella White both times in scoring position. So let's see if
On
the
an
Millers
error
can.
and a double.
Yeah, let's see if the Millers can bring her in this time. At least get
Yeah.
her to third base and create a scenario where they could maybe get a run across.
Well, White had good at bats both times up. Got good power on the ball.
Of course, Hannah Mays isn't going to let anything happen easily. She's been really efficient so far. And when you're working on
She'll
possibly
just
back-to-back
bear
one-hitters,
down
right?
and, 1-1. There's a hot shot just outside of the third base. Did you see how quickly Ella White got off second base?
I did.
That ball hit the ground, and she was taking off. Because she saw that if Kaylee Cardish was going to have a play with that, she definitely had third base already.
She's definitely ready to leave second base. She wants.
Yep. 1-2 on Emily Minot. Struck out swinging in the first, strikes out here in the fourth.
A little bit of a rise pitch there. Got her chasing that high ball.
I think that's the fourth strikeout of the day for.
It is fourth and first since the second inning.
Yeah. Julia Furiak steps in, the catcher. She struck out in the second inning. There's a line
Beautiful
drive.
hit.
That one's going to just out of the outstretched hands of Courtney James. That's going to score a run. Be a play at second. No play, though.
That was a beautiful line drive to the outfield. First pitch, she saw it, she attacked it.
Yeah.
Drives in Ella White, who's, I'm sure, ecstatic to finally get across home plate here.
Well,
after being
we had
positioned twice.
one two-base hit based on an error, another two-base hit with an RBI. And we're getting a courtesy runner for Furiak. And I cannot see who that is out there, Rich.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the numbers on the front are really difficult to
Yeah.
read. So to wait to see if she maybe turns around, we can see that number on the back.
Did you say number 11?
Number 11.
Who is that?
That is Alisa Solomon. So she's in there for Julia.
Solomon did the same thing last night a couple times. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Riley Moore, 0-1. There's a pop-up. Mays lines that one up and gets the second out of the inning.
No, that's one way to
Yeah,
get that out.
help
right?
herself out.
Exactly. Just be a good pitcher, heads-up pitcher, and also be a heads-up fielder there. And she measured that one up and
Yeah, well,
rid of it.
normally you don't see the pitcher making a lot of plays on the field like that, but that ball wasn't really hit high enough for the first baseman or anybody else to take that over. Pitcher Maddie Taylor steps in. First pitch a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the fourth inning. Millers finally break the goose eggs across the bottom of the scoreboard, scoring 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error so far this inning. That one's going to go straight into center field. Will it be a play at the plate? No, they cut it off at second to hold Taylor to a single. Probably a wise move there by the center fielder Jade Fry, because I don't think she would have had a play on Ella White.
I don't think so either. It was
on Solomon.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a well-placed hit there in shallow center field. Both fielders were out of position to even make a play there at home. And
Yeah.
obviously, Maddie got the first pretty easily.
Number 6, it's Clara.
For Noblesville, number 6, Kira Thomas. Thomas running for the pitcher, Taylor.
Here, Thomas.
Number 4.
It's number
No,
6.
6. 6 is not Thomas.
No, you're correct. It is not Thomas. Let me. 6 is Kira Thomas. They made a uniform change.
Ah, okay. Two balls, no strikes for Hannah Mays against Abby Harvey here.
Millers have put 2 across here at the bottom of the 4th.
Not real problems, I know. Be nice, but
First 2 runs that Hannah Mays has given up in the tournament so far. Well hit ball to right field, but Olivia Latimer is right there, and she makes the catch to end the 4th inning for the Millers. So in the bottom of the 4th for the Millers, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on the bases. At the end of 4, Tigers 6, Millers 2.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to IHSAA Sectional Baseball, Sectional 8, Class 4A from the Cherry Tree Complex here in Carmel. The Noblesville Millers and the Fishers Tigers facing off this afternoon. Top of the 5th. There's one that's going right down the line. That's a fair ball. That's going to go all the way to the corner. That's going to be at least 2 for Olivia Latimer, and she holds up at second base with a leadoff double on the first pitch. That ball was well hit, Rich, and just a couple feet inbounds there.
It was perfectly down the line, and you lead off with a double, and now the Tigers are looking to extend that lead a little bit since they gave up those 2 unearned runs last half of the inning.
You know, the one thing we've seen in the game so far, none of the teams give up.
No.
You know, the Greyhounds, even though they were being shut out last night, you never would have known it by the way they were approaching play.
It's very true. I don't think any teams want to give up, and even when you're getting 1 hit, they're still going to go out there and try to win.
Caroline Bernhardt steps in, sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, walked in the 4th. 0-1 on Bernhardt. There's a pop bunt, and the 3rd baseman, Kylie Lowry, was playing about halfway in, and she picks off that pop-up for the first out.
Perfect time at the right time.
Yeah.
Perfect place, actually, at the right time.
1 down.
Yeah, big out, too, because you have a Tiger in scoring position, second base.
Kaylee Kardash is at the bat. That one's going to go through, and they're holding the runner at 3rd.
Good idea there.
Yeah, that one really wasn't hit all that deep into center field, and it wasn't hit all that hard.
No.
But the center fielder, D. Rolf, fielded that probably about maybe no more than 20 feet into the outfield. And so probably a very good move by the Fishers coaching staff to hold Latimer at 3rd base and try to avoid the out at home with only 1 out.
Exactly. You want to protect that runner, and obviously she barely got to 3rd when they just fielded the ball. She had no chance going home there.
Jade Fry steps in. She is 2 for 2 and scored one of the Tigers' runs. She scored in the 4th. One of the 4 runs that the Tigers picked up in the top of the 4th.
Also that RBI single in the 2nd inning, too.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been busy today.
Yes, she has. Slaps at it and misses. 0-2 on center fielder Jade Fry. We are in the top of the 5th inning here at Cherry Tree. 6 runs were scored in the 4th, 4 by the Tigers, 2 by the Millers. Another slapper there goes off to the left side, out of play.
Maddie Taylor getting ahead on this count, trying to get a strikeout. She hasn't had a strikeout since the 3rd inning, when she struck out Olivia Latimer for a 3rd out.
Runners at the corners. There's another one that goes just outside of first base. Kaylee Kardash at first base. Latimer over at third. Latimer led the inning off on the first pitch with a double.
Jade Fry, she's those 2 singles have just been perfectly placed too.
Just barely got under that one.
And she's battling right now.
Yeah, 0-2.
Yep, 3 foul balls, and after she got down 0-2, so she's definitely out there being aggressive. She wants to try to get that runner in. A little bat twirl there before setting.
The 0-2 pitch, that one bounces in.
That did.
And on the play, Kardash takes second base. I guess we do have to give her a stolen base because she took off before the she took off with the pitch on that. So
yeah.
Fry just barely got the bat back there.
Like, technically, it was a pitch, even though it did bounce in.
Mm-hmm.
Just Taylor losing handle of it there, but it still rolled forward. So
practicing her bowling.
That's
trying to pick up that 7-10 split.
Right? Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Fry. There's a little nubber into left,
beautiful.
Right center field. That's going to score at least 2. Fry is on her way with a stand-up double. Jade Fry, 3 for 3 today. 2 singles and a double.
And now 2 RBIs to her credit. That was a nice little, as Hawk Harrelson would say, duck snort out there.
Yeah, it was.
Perfectly placed. Brought in both of those runners who were going on contact.
Mm-hmm.
And Jade Fry, what a day, 3 for 3.
Yeah, so the Tigers have gotten the 2 runs back that they spotted to the Millers in the bottom of the 4th and back to a 6-run lead.
So it's remarkable how spread out this offense is in the lineup. I mean, you look at the top of the order, bottom of the order, it really doesn't matter.
Called strike 1 on Sarah Bumps.
Seems that the Tigers look for their opportunities, maximize, obviously, Jade Fry there with a 7-pitch or 8-pitch at bat before she got that hit.
That one, if that stays fair, that could be
Just
trouble, but
foul.
that's foul. Out of the reach of Riley Moore out there in right field.
So Sarah Bumps in the same situation Jade Fry was in last at bat. She's down 0-2. I'm saying 4 foul balls and 2 balls, and then.
You got to admit, Rich, it's nice to be out here and see all the green on the trees.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like it ought to be out there today, but I was just kind of admiring the landscape here, and it's just a gorgeous setting here.
It is, Cherry Tree Softball Complex. I love coming out here, especially for the All-Star event that they have in the summer. But to be here for postseason softball is it's really nice.
Well, they used to host the state championship games here.
They did for a long time.
There's a pop-up foul. That's going to be beyond the seats.
Okay, I think I said 3 foul balls, and then she's going to even up the count, right?
How many strikes has she had so far this inning? Or this at bat?
Well, technically strikes, or
Well, how many balls has she swung at? And that one's over that outside corner.
That, I think, surprised a lot of people.
Yeah,
out here.
I think Sarah Bumps is the catcher. She was a little bit surprised at that one.
That was pretty far off the corner there. I don't know about how high it was, but it looked outside to me. Granted, I'm a outsider looking in. So.
Yep. Second out of the inning And Courtney James has issued the intentional walk to load up or not to load the bases, but to create the force at any base, and that'll bring up Olivia Stinson.
Well, she's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. I'd say put her on, too,
Yes,
in this situation.
Yeah. Stinson had a sacrifice, a ground out to the second baseman, and popped out to the third baseman. Let's see if the Tigers can make him pay for this walk. Ground ball to Tregesser. She gets it, and Stinson is retired.
The strategy pays off.
Yep. So in the the top of the fifth, the Tigers, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on the bases. Middle of the fifth, Tigers 8, Millers 2.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to IHSAA Sectional 8 softball here on Hamilton County Television. Brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. I'm Brad Silbert along with Rich Torres. We are moving to the bottom of the fifth. Tigers ahead of the Millers 8-2. One of these two teams will face off against either the Hamilton Southeastern Royals or the North Central Panthers for the championship of this sectional. Hopefully that's coming up tomorrow. Obviously, weather depending.
I don't know. Based on popular opinion, they're going to get that game in no matter what, I think, right?
Are they going to put a dome over the stadium?
You know, we figured it out, right?
Millers bring a pinch hitter up here. That is number 11, Alisa Solomon.
Solomon was a courtesy runner, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say back in
Yeah, she was for the catcher.
4th inning, yes. Well, she's down in the count 0-1 right now, but Hannah Mays has been in control here for the most part, with the exception of the 2 runs she surrendered in the 4th
will
inning.
there be a play on that ball just out of the range of?
Of course, those 2 runs that the Millers did score, they were kind of gifted, so to speak, with that first at-bat error, the drop ball there in left field, which put Ella White on. Mm-hmm. And from there, the Millers were able to extend their opportunities and score those 2 runs.
Of course, that's half the battle in any game like that. You got to take advantage of the opportunities they give you.
You do.
Because you don't
really
get that many. 1 ball, 2 strikes to pinch hitter Alisa Solomon. There's a pop-up. Second baseman Hannah Abbott grabs that one, and Solomon is retired.
You can see the Tigers are kind of laughing about that. That ball was a little bit more adventurous than they wanted it to be.
Yeah, it was.
As the infield gathers around the circle with Hannah, and they just kind of joke with her a little bit, just saying, "We're not going to do two innings in a row to you. Trust me, we're going to catch this ball." So. Abby Brown up. She's 0 for 4 or 0 for 2. Sorry, so far this game. Ground out the pitcher and also flew out to third base.
That one's not going to get caught.
Nope. Some nice little
Abby
base
Brown
hit.
has a base hit. I notice a change out here for the Tigers now, Rich. Number 11, I think that's Olivia Stinson. She is at second base now.
Okay. So Some player movement here going on. She was the designated player prior, so they put her out there for her glove.
So Abby Brown reaches. 4th hit of the day for the Millers.
Everyone earned against Hannah Mays.
Yeah, that was one of those little Texas leaguers right out there. Just
it was
far enough over the second baseman, but not far enough for the right fielder to have a play on.
Right in that lush green field.
Yes,
the green you were talking about.
Beautiful green field here. That one's over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see what Hannah's going to do with this next pitch, Rich. Will she come right at her, or is she going to try to nibble her way around here?
I don't know. I think she might come inside here. Nope, going outside.
Tragesser takes that one. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I guess I had a 50-50 shot on that one, right? So
Tragesser is grounded to short and flown out to left so far today, 0 for 2. That one's going to go into the, over the bullpen, out of the field of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chloe Tragesser. Mays back to the circle. That one's hit into center field. Jade Fry is there and makes the play.
Jade Fry had to cover a lot of ground to get that ball, but she showed off her speed there. I mean, she was in true center field and really had to, I'd say, 25 feet there easily.
Yep. Ella White steps in for her 3rd time at the plate. Been on base twice, once on a double and once on a error by the left fielder Courtney James. Been on second twice, scored once, scored in the 4th inning. Led off the 4th with that error double.
And then scored off of the hit by Maddie Taylor.
Fastball over the outside corner of the plate, 0-1. Mays has been doing a nice job of getting ahead of the hitters.
She really has, and she's being patient out there. Even when the mistake happened last inning, you could see that she still stayed within herself.
Yep.
Got that strikeout to get that first out. Of course, had a couple hits there that she couldn't get away from, but
high pop-up. Olivia Stinson has got it for the 3rd out.
Perfect fielding position there.
So the Millers go down in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on the bases. End of 5. The Fishers Tigers 8, Noblesville Millers 2.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the Cherry Tree Complex, Hamilton County Television, welcoming you to IHSAA Sectional Softball. The Tigers and the Millers playing in the opening game tonight, the first game of the semifinals. Second game will feature the Hamilton Southeastern Royals in the North Central Panthers. That will be here on Hamilton County Television. About 30 minutes after this game ends, we're in the top of the 6th. Tigers will have the 3, 4, and 5 batters coming up. First pitch from Maddie Taylor, a little bit outside, ball 1. 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Tigers, 2-4-0 for the Millers.
Maddie Taylor's kind of looking for a clean inning. She's given up 6 runs here these past 2 frames to the Tigers' offense. She's maybe hoping to let's just stop this offensive onslaught that the Tigers are known for and give the Millers a chance maybe to have a rally there at the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, they've got to do something here if they're going to have any hope of getting back into this game. There's a hot shot right over Taylor and into center field. And the shortstop, Brooke Benson, is on.
That was a hot shot right back to that circle because if Maddie wasn't looking.
With her second hit of the day.
That was a clean hit.
Yep.
No doubt.
That brings up pitcher Hannah Mays.
Well, Hannah is 0 for 2, but had a walk there in the third inning. She's been busy, though.
Yeah.
Pitching, keeping these Millers to 4 hits, and really just 2 runs there in the fourth inning.
Well, she had a tremendous day yesterday on both sides of the game. Not only a great pitching effort with the one hitter, but also that 3-run homer in the first inning, and just a marvelous performance by Hannah May yesterday.
It was a great team performance, but she definitely had a fantastic individual day. So
0-2 on Mays.
Wow, I think a lot of people are questioning that last call.
Yeah, the couple of them here.
Yeah, you could hear the oohs and the ahs in the crowd here. I think Blues getting challenged a little bit by the crowd. So
the 0-2 pitch fouled back. She just managed to get under that rising fastball there.
She did. So it was kind of a late adjustment swing there on her part, just to nick it, just enough to survive at this at-bat.
She has not gotten the ball out of the infield yet tonight.
No, she has not. Ground out to first base and then flied out to second. So see, maybe she can get a little bit on this
The 0-2
next
pitch
one.
on the way.
Oh,
that one's going to right field. That is very, very well hit all the way to the wall over the head of Riley Moore. The Tigers are going to have runners on second and third with no outs.
Well, Brad, I think she heard you because she took that opposite field and basically bounced it to the wall. It jogged very easily to second base, and now she's going to be there's going to be a pinch runner, courtesy runner, number 4.
That is going to be Abby Schmidt once again.
Yes, she returns, and we know she has capable speed, so she's at second, and we also have Benson at third. No outs for these Tigers.
Olivia Latimer's had a pretty good day today. Been hit by a pitch, struck out, but had a double back in the 5th inning.
So she's obviously seeing the ball fairly well right now. So let's see how she attacks Taylor here in her 4th at bat.
Big gap out there in right center field.
It is huge. That is no doubt.
I'm surprised that they're playing as close to the line with her.
I am too, actually. You know, but you're right. That gap is probably big enough you could fit the elementary school right in there.
Literally.
Yeah. You know.
Put a couple buses out there. Check swing, but the umpire says you went around. Evens the count up 1 ball, 1 strike on Olivia Latimer. She's only batting .356.
Is that all?
That's
really?
all.
Man. Oh, wow. I don't know if I'd bat her 5th, maybe 8th or 9th. I don't know.
Yeah, but I say that in jest because boy, all these Tiger hitters are. This is a well-disciplined ball team.
It is. I mean, well, like I mentioned before, I mean, they can attack from any aspect of this lineup. I mean, whether you're batting 8th, 9th, 1st, 3rd, or 4th, they are patient. They know what they want to do.
2-1. That one misses. They got the runner. Wow. Had him in a rundown, but Benson just came straight in and never stopped and scored. I thought they were going to have her in a rundown. And she actually scores on a stolen base.
She does. That was a heads-up play by Benson. She was leading off, and she kind of got the catcher to come out, and both fielders there were not in position to create a rundown. And with her speed, she's dangerous, and she took advantage of it. She just
blew right by there, and the ball could never get back to Furiak for a play at the plate.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she had first slide there. She saw her opportunity, and she took it. That's one way to manufacture a run.
Solomon remained at second. I was a little surprised maybe that she didn't move on up to third.
I'm wondering if she was thinking Benson might try to go back, but
3-1 pitch is taken for ball 4 by Latimer. She's on base for the 3rd time tonight.
And the merry-go-round continues to spin for the Tigers here.
Caroline Bernhardt steps in. We are in the top of the 6th. Tigers with no outs. Already scored 1 run here.
Caroline Bernhardt 0 for 1 with a fly out to third base, but she also walked and had a sack bunt there in the second inning. So she scored, or actually she did not. She was pulled for a pinch runner.
Yeah.
But she's been active, regardless.
Maya Duplessis ran for her in the fourth inning and scored one of the Tiger 9 runs.
She did. She scored off of Sarah Bump's RBI ground out.
That one was a little bit low, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. You could see the body language on Maddie Taylor, Rich. She wanted that pitch.
She did. You can see the frustration now starting to grow for Maddie a little bit, but she's a gamer, you know, and that's the one thing that she has for her is that she is a competitor first and foremost, and she's not going to give up no matter what.
The 1-1 pitch, that's into the gap. That's going to score at least 1, and we're probably going to have runners at the corners here with no outs.
These Fishers Tigers, they do not let up at all. When they see an opportunity, they take it, and there, Caroline found her first hit of the game, and it was a big one. It's an RBI hit.
One RBI for Bernhardt. Now, in this instance, she cannot be pinch run for again, because if they do put a pinch runner in, she's already returned to the lineup once, so she will have to stay out there unless they want to take her out of the game.
And I don't think they want to do that. They like her defense.
Yep, exactly.
So at this point, might as well roll with her out there.
10-2 now here in the top of the 6th. Kaylee Kardash steps in. She's 3 for 3. 3 singles, scored 2 runs. And the Tigers just keep rolling and rolling and rolling.
They are impressive.
Yes, and pounding and pounding and pounding.
Even when you think maybe they're going to let up a little bit, maybe they're going to ease back some. Obviously, when they gave up those 2 runs to Noblesville, you thought, well, maybe this could be a game. Not so fast.
That one gets away, but the runner on first, Solomon, Bernhardt, goes to second on the passed ball there. Very rare for Julia Furiak to have trouble with a pitch like that. That's normally a pitch that she handles.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the Millers are thinking right now. Are they seeing this kind of slip away, getting in their heads too much?
Second base, they're going home for the play at home. She is out. Good play there to stop Olivia Latimer at home for the first out of the inning. But on the play, Bernhardt ends up at third. Kardash reaches to first on what we'll officially call a fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Jade Fry. Fry is 3 for 3 in this game, 2 singles and a double. Did score 1 run, got 2 RBIs.
Yep, she had that big hit in the 5th inning, so let's see if she can maybe do it again. I'm sure Coach James would love to see that, add maybe a run, maybe 2. And we may go home early after this game.
Could be.
Well, actually, you won't because you're going to be here.
We got another game to do. There's a ground ball to short. Looks everybody back. And none of the runners advance. And Fry is retired for the first time tonight for the second out here in the 6th inning. Number 9 batter, Sarah Bumps, the catcher, steps in. Struck out twice and grounded right to the first baseman, Emily Minette, in the 4th inning.
Yep, with the bases loaded and got that run scored, or drove in a run, that is.
Swing and a foul on that inside pitch, right over that inside corner, Rich.
Both pitchers have really tried to utilize that area. Hannah Mays has been a little bit more effective with it.
Yeah, especially on the right-handed batters. Both of them, and the umpire has been working that inside corner.
He has been.
0-1. Bumps fouls that one straight back to the right. The sidewalk is dry out there now, Rich. I don't see any puddles.
No.
Scott's going to have to put his glasses. He's going to have to put his sunglasses on here pretty quick.
It's getting kind of bright out here.
Swing and a miss. So the Tigers go down here in the 6th inning, but they do score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. 2 left on the bases at the middle of the 6th. It's 10-2 in favor of the Tigers.
I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
IHSAA Sectional Baseball on Hamilton County Television, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. We are moving to the bottom of the sixth inning. I'm Brad Silvert along with Rich Torres. Rich, so far it's been all Fisher's Tigers.
You know, this team really impresses me, not only offensively, which we knew about coming in, but pitching-wise. I mean, they entered the postseason with a ERA over 5. Mm-hmm. And so far this postseason, in 2 games, they've only given up 5 hits.
Yeah, an amazing stat.
And it's amazing the fact that Hannah Mays, who obviously is 11-6, has really kind of found another gear here in the sectional.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she has. First baseman Emily Minette steps in to lead off the sixth, fouls the first pitch back, 0-1 on Minot. She's struck out twice so far in this game, swinging both times.
Mays attacking the inner half there against the right-handed batters again.
Must have been just a little bit low because it looked like it was over the plate, but or at least in the zone that we've been getting the pitch called a ball. There's another inside pitch that Minot gets around on and fouls it off to the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think 2 pitches ago that one was shin level maybe.
Yeah.
Just a little too low, just under that kneecap. You got to bring it up just a little bit.
Well, the biggest difference between these 2 pitchers today is Hannah Mays has managed to get out in front of the batters, and Maddie Taylor has been having to work from behind almost the entire game.
You're
2
right.
and 2.
You're right. You know, that is a big factor, and you can't fall behind against these Tigers hitters because
no, you cannot. They'll take advantage of it.
They will. Once they see that strike, which you have to throw at that point, they're going to go right after it.
A little bit high. Minot's worked it to a full count. 2 swinging strikeouts for her so far in this game.
You could see Mays kind of turn to her teammates and make a little joke there. She smiled and got ready for this final pitch here.
Oh, there's a hot shot down the left field side, out of play.
You know, obviously, last night, the story I wrote for the Indianapolis Star, I talked to her a little bit about her composure and just how she kind of chills herself out, so to speak. And it's always through laughter. It's always through just having fun with her teammates, and I think that's what she's trying to do.
I was reading that story about 5:30 this morning when I got up.
What are you doing up that early?
Got to get to work.
Oh, goodness. You commuting to New York City? What's going on? Man, that's way early.
Long day. Well, I get up at 5:30.
No, okay.
I don't start work till 6:30, but that's still pretty early.
Like I know they're opening a Dunkin' Donuts, but I didn't know you had to get up that early to make the donuts, because that's pretty impressive.
The full count pitch, that one's popped up, and there's not going to be a play on that one right here in front of us.
You could have got that, Brad.
Yeah, if we'd have had the old Harry Carey net, we might have had a chance to catch that.
Yeah, could have had a souvenir.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have the
they'd have come and got it from me.
Yeah, probably. Remember the old Little League days? You get a foul ball, you get a free pop or something, you know, or a slice of pizza. That was that was the heyday back then. I used to love that. Like after my games, I'd hunt down any foul ball I could find.
3-2 pitch again. Minot battling strong out there.
Of course, that's probably
Mays.
why I got up to about 300 pounds, after high school. So.
Yeah, I was never the one who turned down the popsicles or fudgesicles or.
Yep, the push pops.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the ring pops? Those were always good too. Yeah.
I used to like the dreamsicles, the orange and
those
vanilla
were
ones. Oh, those were so good. Another shot down the left field side, out of play.
Baseball, softball, and food. Is there anything better than that? I don't know.
Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and whoever.
And Americana. America's pastime.
And I don't think she's gotten up this entire game.
Nothing better than fun at the ballpark.
Well, Emily's putting in the work. 10 pitches so far this at-bat.
Oh, high strike 3 called on Emily Minot. That's her third strikeout of the game for a .435 batter, Rich. That's very rare.
That is very rare. And to take it there at the end looking, you could see the frustration on her face when she walked back to the dugout.
Yep. Catcher Julia Furiak steps in. 1 for 2 in this game. Had a double and an RBI in the fourth. That one's a little bit outside. Furiak, a .392 batter.
Batting fifth in the order. See if she can maybe give the Millers a little bit of life here at the bottom of the sixth.
That one's high.
Okay.
Again, one of the few batters that Mays has fallen behind with.
Yeah. You know, it's pretty much a rarity for her, but I think she's being cautious against some of these really solid hitters. Not pushing the envelope too much. Obviously, the lead is 8.
2-0 pitch is high.
So now she's falling behind 3-0.
I think this is the first time we've seen a 3-0 count by Hannah Mays all day.
I think you're right. You know,
I'm trying to remember if she had one last night. I don't believe she did last night either.
No, I don't think so either.
1 out. We're in the bottom of the sixth. That's going to be a called strike.
There we go.
Mays just kind of taking her time out there now. She's usually a pretty quick worker, but I think when she gets behind, she gets a little more deliberate. There's a pop-up into shallow right field. Second baseman Olivia Stinson goes back and takes that for the second out.
Stinson, who was brought in for her glove, I believe 2 innings ago. She's
Took the place of Hannah Abbott.
Yeah, she's really been active here. Seems like the Millers want to try to give her some opportunities, I guess, right?
Second base has been very active in all 3 of the games we've had here so far this in the last couple days. Right fielder Riley Moore steps in. A strikeout and a pop-up.
Oh.
There's a well-hit ball to left center field. That one
wall.
hits the wall, and Riley Moore is going to be into second with a stand-up double. Now she's going to go to third on the overthrow, and she is at third base.
So a double
give
and
her a
advancement.
double, then give her an air on the a throwing air.
So
So
double and an E7 gets her to
E7.
third base with 2 outs.
Second error of the night for the Tigers. Maddie Taylor steps in, hoping to help herself out here. She had a base hit her last time up and drove 1 run in. Again, that inside pitch, high inside pitch. Our home plate umpire really loves that pitch, Rich.
He does. You mentioned he's quite liberal with that one.
Yes, he is. There's one, a hot shot to the shortstop Benson over to first. And the Millers go down, but they do not score. So in the bottom of the sixth for the Millers, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on the bases. We are through 6 with the Millers behind the Tigers by 8 at 10-2.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
We're moving into the top of the 7th here at the Cherry Tree Complex. And Rich, we were just talking off the air about looking forward to tomorrow a little bit. If the Tigers manage to hold the Millers off here, and Hannah Mays goes out there to pitch for a third day in a row, I mean, what kind of an effect does that have on that softball pitcher?
Yeah, I kind of wondered that too. You know, you look at the pitch count rules for baseball players, and obviously, I think that's a great thing. I'm not arguing against it whatsoever. I think before it used to have the inning counts where you could abuse arms, and I think with softball, I think the coaches need to be cognizant of their players' health.
Yeah,
and I think that they go in with their players' health in mind. Mm-hmm. And you obviously have to make sure that you're not overworking a player. So all the research that I've seen says that there's less stress.
Yeah.
As far as the delivery of a softball.
Definitely.
And obviously, you have that one pitcher you know you can rely on. So, you know, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we certainly will.
I mean, we'll just see how effective.
Well, either way,
Hannah
we'll
Mays
find out with either Maddie Taylor or Hannah Mays.
Yeah, exactly, because you know that they're not going to deviate from their aces. Not win the sectional championships on the line.
A ball and a strike on Courtney James. She fouls that one off right over to the Noblesville dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still, though, you would think that there would be some kind of strain on the elbow, even though it's not as violent as an overhand throw. But I haven't seen any conclusive evidence saying that there is. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they would have
Well, these teams will play double headers.
Yeah.
But most of the time when they play double headers, they're not playing conference games, so you're not going to pitch your ace in 2 games.
No.
The 1-2 pitch is high, evens the count up 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, and that's part of the reason why it's vital to have a solid number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody you can bring in either in relief or just in case something does happen to your starter. And I think if either starter can go, they're going to go.
Oh, yeah. 2-2.
Ooh, very nice.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Maddie Taylor to retire Courtney James on the strikeout.
It was a nice fluttering ball into the zone. She had no chance. She swung way too early. But, you know, I mean, Courtney James, she's batting .514 or was coming in the game, 2 doubles. So that's a huge out.
Olivia Stinson steps up to the plate for the Tigers.
0 for 3 today.
She's
2
at
ground outs.
second base now.
Yep.
Takes the first pitch, a little bit inside. Ball 1.
She's grounded out the second twice and flew out the third, and then had that sacrifice bunt there in the first inning. So she's looking for her first hit today. But Maddie Taylor's looking for a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah. Ooh, that one gets her right on the helmet. She was a little bit unhappy about that. You see the reaction when she threw the bat there, and you got to. I wouldn't believe that Maddie Taylor would intentionally hit it, especially at this point. There's there's just no sense in that. And Stinson hasn't done anything at the hasn't really done anything at the plate, so you couldn't call it any kind of retaliation or anything. I mean, that's just plain and simple. A pitch that just got away from her.
Well, and a pitcher doesn't want to put a runner on in front of Brooke Benson either. So, I don't think there was anything malicious there. It was just the ball got away. But obviously, you get hit, you're probably going to give the pitcher a look.
Well, you got a .557 hitter who's 3 for 4 stepping to the plate, and she's probably going to be 4 for 5. No.
Oh, nope.
Nice play there, and on that play, Stinson was halfway down between first and second and managed to get back in time. But right fielder Riley Moore made a nice play on that ball.
That was a hard-hit ball, and she had to make a quick reaction to catch that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, the strategy paid off, I guess, right? I guess if there was any strategy to it. So.
Hannah Mays steps up to the plate for her 5th at-bat of the night. Finally got a hit and got on base via the hit in the 6th inning and scored. That one gets way outside, gets away from Furiak, and Stinson is down to second.
Stinson in scoring position, and you're correct. Now, Hannah Mays had a double last inning. So
yeah, she was on base one time earlier in the game on a walk, but she's flown out to both second base and first base so far in this game. Bouncer right back to Taylor, gets it over to first for the 3rd out. So in spite of a base runner, the Tigers get a hit, but they leave one on base. In the middle of the 7th, still Fishers Tigers 10, Noblesville Millers 2.
No runs.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Welcome back to IHSAA Sectional 8 softball from the Cherry Tree Complex here in Carmel. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Tigers with a 10-2 lead over the Millers. And, Rich, we were talking between innings just about how these teams in this conference beat up on each other. And even the teams who are in the lower half of the conference, they're good ball teams.
They are. I mean, obviously, looking at Fishers, they tied for second in the conference this year. And when you look at how many runs they put up, you kind of have to think to yourself, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
But the talent depth in this conference is so deep and so thick. You look at programs like Westfield last night, like you mentioned, how scrappy they were. You just imagine putting them in a different conference, and they could have immediate success.
I know when the HCC was formed about, 15, 20 years ago, a lot of people were skeptical about that. But this conference has turned out to be one of the strongest ones in the state of Indiana.
Well, and especially when it comes to softball and baseball. Obviously, when you have Brownsburg, Avon, and then you add in a Franklin Central this year, it changes the dynamic to the point where you can't have an off year. Otherwise, you're just going to kind of sit at the bottom for a while.
Ground ball to the third baseman. Kardash gets it over to first. Caroline Bernhardt makes the play, and there's one down here in the top of the 7th.
Tigers are 2 outs away from securing their sectional championship bid here, and tentatively will be played tomorrow at 6 p.m., barring weather, I guess, right?
Barring weather.
Is it umbrella day here at the park tomorrow? or is it ponchos, rain ponchos maybe?
It's inflatable dome day over the field.
We're going to have to find Jim Inskeep and find out. Maybe I'll tweet him while we're waiting.
Lauren DeRolf steps up to the plate. Center fielder. Her third at bat. Another one over to third baseman Kardash. Right back to Bernhardt. Another 5-3 put out. And the Millers are down to their last out.
It all comes down to Abby Brown to keep this thing going. But
well, I see a relief man walking into the stadium here, so you're off for the second game.
Well, you know what, Brad? It's been a lot of fun, and I know.
I'm glad you joined, Rich. I was thinking earlier today, if there might be somebody here who might be able to help us out, and I saw you walking in and thought,
don't let him lie to you, folks. He just saw me in the stands. He's like, come here. Yeah,
help me.
Yeah, you're the winner.
Abby Brown steps in, fouls the first pitch off to the right.
No, but seriously, I appreciate the opportunity. I love the work that you do, and as well as Perry. And obviously, I'm always floating around. And if you ever need me to help out again, please let me know.
Well, we probably will. We'll take advantage of that. Perry was down south for some graduation ceremonies, and I understand he's on his way back. So I don't know if he'll be here tomorrow night or not. But
is he walking a train or?
Well, knowing Perry, he's probably driving a few miles and stopping for a break, and chatting with the local folks. And
he's a sightseer.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm sure he has his favorite restaurants he has to stop at as well.
A ball and a strike. There should end it. Olivia Stinson grabs it. And we have our first team going to the sectional championship. That will be the Fishers Tigers. as they defeat the Noblesville Millers 10-2. Rich, before we get out of here, your final thoughts to wrap up this game.
My final thoughts, again, is the Fishers Tigers' efficiency as far as offense and also pitching. Hannah Mays, another gem tonight.
Yes.
5-hitter compared to 1-hitter last night. However, she was in complete control. Even though they gave up those 2 runs, really it kind of boiled down to that one fielding error that kind of opened the door for the Millers. You take that away, and she has another shutout back-to-back. But this lineup, 1 through 9, potent, and probably one of the most potent lineups I've seen in softball, other than maybe like a New Palestine or something of that nature. And, Hannah Mays was right when she told me last night, if we keep doing our thing, we could win this thing. And I'm a believer now. After seeing this game and what they've done against the defending sectional champions, I wouldn't bet against them right now.
I'm going to let you get downstairs and talk to her again. Rich, thank you very much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. My name is Brad Silbert. We'd like to thank our technical crew, Will Wofford, Louis Lacane over here on the camera, and our executive producer, Jim Wofford, back in the studio. We're going to take about a 20-25-minute break here, and then we will be back with the second game between the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the North Central Panthers. You've been watching IHSAA Sectional Softball on Hamilton County Television, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. On behalf of Rich Torres, I'm Brad Silbert. We'll see you back here in a little bit.